Welcome to Esports Thesaurus, where we break down terminology for iconic moves and techniques in esports and gaming. This week, we invite you to the dance floor for the Jiggle Peek. Well, it's not really a dance, but rather a technique that gives you valuable information about your opponents. In tactical shooters like Rainbow Six Siege, Counter-Strike, and Valorant, information on enemy positions and weapons can be just as important as good aim. While Valorant provides some agents with tools to scout out areas like Sova's Recon Bolt and Cypher's Spycam, they can be destroyed easily and require skillful and clever placement to take full advantage of them. So, instead of wasting precious utility on commonly guarded angles, use a Jiggle Peek. You can Jiggle Peek opponents to learn a lot of different things, like their position, what weapons they're using, and the number of enemies in an area. Using that info, you can decide to engage, disengage, or go for another Jiggle Peek to get a pick, like this.
One enemy remaining.
Let's start with some basics. In tactical shooters, movement severely lowers your weapon's accuracy. You can get that accuracy back faster by strafing and counter-strafing. Strafing is moving side to side for a period of time. In a counter-strafe, you'll tap the opposite movement key while releasing the original one. This will make your character stop moving, giving you the same accuracy as if you were standing still the whole time, but with the added benefit of making you a harder target to hit because of your movement. Players use this technique when holding an angle, quickly moving out, stopping their momentum to get their accuracy back, and landing accurate shots on the enemy. These are the basics for most types of peeking. Now, Jiggle Peeking refers to using everything we just went over and using it to bait opponents holding an angle into shooting at you. You'll want to use counter-strafing to peek far enough where opponents can only see you for a split second. The opponent may think you're full peeking and try to take you out. Pay attention to the sound and direction of the shots. They'll give you a pretty good idea of where your opponent is and which weapon they're using. One thing to note is something called Peeker's Advantage. It applies to online games. Peekers generally have the upper hand over angle holders online because of the latency between player input and game servers. A peeking player will see the angle holder as soon as their computer processes their input and predictably moves them around the corner. When, on the other hand, the angle holder won't see the peeker's movement until the action is transmitted from the peeker's client to the game server, which the server processes, transmits the action back to the holder's machine, and the holder client then applies the movement to draw the peeker to the new position. So, long story short, this gives the peeking player a way longer reaction window to fire and kill their opponent. On LAN, this isn't existent, so the advantage for peeking revolves around strategy and surprise. Let's take a look at some examples. Check out this Jiggle Peek from the Star Series I-League match between Renegades and Evil Geniuses.
You do love to see that, Semla. What a way to kick things off.
Just the explosive action. Does Breezy actually get a plant?
Oh no, the Kriegs are coming.
The Kriegs are coming.
Oh, wait! Maybe more!
No way. Oh my goodness.
Let's check that out one more time. After a chaotic early round, Evil Genius's Breezy is left in a 1v4 against the members of Renegades. He quickly plants the bomb and ducks behind a pillar to avoid being seen. Then Jiggle Peeks this angle to land back-to-back headshots on Jackham and Azur. Now in a 1v2, Breezy continues to dip in and out of back of sight to gain information on player positions. He swings out to catch JKS's head peeking out from behind the box, and then quickly turns around to finish Gratisfaction mid-jump to end the round with an ace. In the case of Rainbow Six Siege, Jiggle Peeking includes another layer of depth. Players are able to use a tactical style of counter-strafing by leaning their characters left and right when turning corners or firing a weapon. This style of strafing was refined by Jason Bolo Dottie, who developed a technique to minimize his character model's hitbox by strafing and leaning extremely quickly. It's now commonly referred to as the Bolo lean. Check out this clip from the Pro League Finals between TSM and Team Liquid.
Damage from the shotgun on yellow stairs, vaulting down, but Paulo and Moringa taking a handful of damage apiece as they all collect back in towards that diffuser in front of the white van. Beautiful shot there from Bolo as he ducks and darts around that car outside. Nesk on the trade though, but everyone at Liquid solo HP. Everyone's wrapping it up. It's all Paulo alone now in the 1v2 to keep Liquid alive.
Let's check that out again. In this post-plant scenario, TSM is down one player against the healthy stack of 5 on Team Liquid. Bolo peeks around the broken car and eliminates PSK1 to stall the defuse. Then, he holds a left-leaning angle outside of the garage of Consulate and jiggle peeks to confirm kills against Nesk and Moringa. Jiggle peeking lets you check angles at a lower risk of being picked off by opponents and gain valuable information. What game do you think has the best use of jiggle peeking? Let us know in the comments below and on our socials. And for everything else esports, keep it right here on IGN Compete.